But when we get to the boat now, we want all of you to come to the second deck of the boat, and we will do some safety and also some practical information about today's tour. But for you guys who's already seen the safety, you can stay downstairs if you would like to. It's a good show with the safety briefing, so it's up to you. Yeah. By the way, my name is Tobias. I'll be one of your guides for today. You will shortly meet the rest of the crew also. Yeah. So you can just now see the boat to our right hand side pretty soon here. Perhaps the strangest looking boat on the dock here, one with the big windows. So we're just gonna get our way over to the boat and get up to second deck, and we'll take it from there.
देखना पड़ेगा सर.
Standard, second, third standard kids are there from 6 to 7. So if somebody is taking or kissing, they will just go there. Now we are starting.
Hoping to see is about at 12 o'clock. We use the clock system when we see wildlife and so on. So the front of the boat is 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Yeah. To let everybody know what's going on. And this you can hear all over the boat except for the front bow of the boat. But yeah, if we see anything and you guys are out there, we'll of course run out and get you, tell you what's going on. I think that's it for the, just like a big one piece. Straps by the legs here. We put on the rest of the suit. So after the gloves are on, hoodie, you find this little, and then you take the vest, take this buckle on the side here, open it, look for front, open the neck strap, place it over your head, and fasten it. Then you take this belt around your body and buckle hard. You just tuck away in the back, so it's a bit out of the way. Other than that, we have a light in here. We also have a flute on the side, as well as a buddy strap. This one is used to connect to other people who are in the waters.
You will go to the other side. Twelve o'clock.
Competition, something like that, a small game. So let's guess all of those 8 countries and 28 parallel degree north in Svalbard. Last year in July we had +12, the average. March. So if Svalbard isn't an Arctic due to this definition, I have no idea where we have the Arctic nowadays. But yeah, that was definitions made many years ago, 100 big polar expeditions, when you make the drift ice or the packed ice. And before, when all of those expeditions were going way to the north, they have faced the ice much more earlier than we have it now. We get for 7, and it's gonna be going almost up to the maybe 5th of September or something like that, when we will finally start to see the sunsets, or like closer to the middle of September, when the sun will be always above the horizon. So can you imagine, like, living over here now? I think you also have faced this when you're going to sleep, or you're sitting at the bar until 2 o'clock, you're going outside, you're supposed to be drunk, but you're again super energetic because it's sunshine outside, and you're like, oh, what is happening? Yeah, and we are living over here, and that's also a nice thing of the Arctic. We have the polar day right now, and later on in November it's going to be a polar night that will be lost in also. Just a fun fact for you over here, the polar night starts on the 25th of October, when we see the last day of the sun, but this is the sun that is just going just like this above the horizon. Many weeks ago it was, you know, almost not possible to see. And the first day of the sun, the solstice, we celebrate in Longyearbyen. Any guesses?
First day of the sun?
At least the months. October, 25th of October, there is no more sun.
March. Somewhere in the March.
March, yes. 8th of March. 8th of March. We all go in the Longyearbyen nearby the church. We gather the whole city with the pastries, sandwiches, and everything, and we just have an amazing party because finally the sun comes out. But this is for the Longyearbyen, because that's a tricky thing, because we are covered differently by the mountains. For example, in Barentsberg, that is a Russian settlement, and this is a still ongoing coal mining settlement. And
Barentsberg.
yeah, that is actually normally situated behind the mountains at our right now, let's say something like 8 o'clock,
Okay.
or something like that. But over there they are celebrating the first day of the sun on the 23rd of February, almost 2 weeks earlier. And sometimes when we are here and we would like to cheat, you can just hike up on the mountain and see the sun much earlier. But then you will always go to the settlement with your local people and your friends to celebrate the real day of the sun, when it just goes straight into the city. Okay guys, at this point we will give you a bit of more time to relax.
बस इतना सा काफी है।
Under UV light, and in that process, you know, they had to protect their eyes. So you can find pictures online of puffins with custom-made sunglasses to protect their eyes in this process. So the puffin very romantic birds also, very loyal. They will mate for life and stay with this one other bird for their whole life. Their secret here might be that in the winter time they actually split up and separate, and then they will meet up again closer to summer. But if they somehow don't find their mate again when they get back to the nesting place, they will actually get together with a new bird. But here you sometimes have this awkward situation with the original mate returning after all. And then in that case the new mate will get kicked out and they will get together with the original girlfriend or boyfriend. Yeah. Very loyal birds. Here you can also see a puffin, a young puffin. And as you see, the feather coat is much more gray. And this is also how the adults will look in the winter time. So they don't have these vibrant colors all year round. So here we have the Brunix guillemot, the Polarlumbi, the one I was pointing out passing us in front of the boat. And the guillemot has this very typical feather coat of the auk family. It's white on the belly and black on the back part. And this is a type of camouflage. And how this works is that underwater, if you look up at the Brunix guillemot, it will look white and match the light coming from above, so it will be very difficult to see. And also, if you are above it underwater, it will look black and match the color of the depths of the ocean. So it's really difficult to spot for prey. It's a very clever camouflage. So we also get these ones out on the sea here, the little auks. These are one of the most numerous seabirds in the world, and they're often moving in formation. So if you see a little group of tiny birds flapping their wings very fast, moving often close to the water, it will most likely be the little auks. But yeah, if you at any time see bird life and would like some help to identify it, just let me know. So these ones, the black guillemot, we often get closer to the coastline, and they are very well known for their very red feet and beak. And here you can see the winter coat of the black guillemot, so they change up quite a bit through the seasons. So lastly here, we have the great auk, and this one is very similar to the penguins. They're not closely related, but they were also completely flightless, just like the penguins. So these ones were often nesting on cliffs, like the one you see on the screen here, and sailors out on sea figured out that this was a very easy prey and very good way to bring some extra food onto the boat. So they were actually hunted to extinction by mankind. So we have a report of some of these being hunted in 1844, I believe, and here they actually also reported that they stepped on the nest and crushed some eggs. So this is the last definite time we saw them. But there was also a report in 1848, all the way north in Norway, by some sailors who saw some strange birds in the ocean, and it sounded like what they saw was the great auk. But since then they have not been seen, so most likely they are extinct. But there are always stories about these kind of animals that someone sees them from time to time. But it's hard to say. Before I'll give you guys a breather. Bird life. The northern fulmar, or havhest, ocean horse in Norwegian, it's a traveler of the seas. It's a very excellent flyer, and it's in the family of storm birds, so they can handle any kind of weather. And they are closely related to albatross, and they have a very particular defense tactic. They have this stomach oil that they will feed to their chicks, but they can also spit it on humans or on other birds. So for other birds this will be detrimental because it ruins the waterproofing of the feather coat. But I think I'm gonna give the birds a breather for now, and have a look out into Barentsberg. That you're going there. There are also a couple. And yeah. Yeah, it looks like they.
Gel Ayçin, bir tane dörtlü ananla babanla çekiyor, ondan sonra gidersin. Ayçin gel bir sağ tutuyorum. Hadi ay zaten üşüyoruz ya.
Teraz też jest ciepło. No.
Still making our way over to the other side here. I'll just briefly talk a bit about the walrus since we saw so many of them today. Pretty, it's a long time since we've seen that many in one area. Looked like they were out enjoying the good weather, just as we are. And yeah, often when we are out and about, we'll see them up on the ice like we did today, but sometimes in the water as well. And when we see them in the water, what we often see is just the spout. When they dive down and they come up, they actually take a deep breath and will look almost like a small whale, making a little splash when they're breathing. So the walrus, we can actually identify the gender of them pretty easily from a distance. So the males usually, they're usually bigger. The males are, 1.5 ton heavy. I think some of the ones we've seen today are in that category. Some real big boys today. And also their tusks are a bit longer, up to 1 meter in length. And yeah, the tusks are some of the things they were hunted for previously, but now we have put down, it's illegal to hunt for the walrus, and the numbers of walrus have steadily increased, and they're doing great at the moment. This is a success story when it comes to animal preservation. Yeah, but as I said, the males are they're bigger and have longer tusks. It's also they have these pink bumps around the neck. They're called tubercles, and these tubercles they act as an extra protective layer for when the males are fighting with each other. They will take their tusks and dig them into the necks of other males and really do really harmful attacks. But these tubercles will help protect some vital parts, and also the skin of the walrus is it's something like 2-3 centimeters thick, really heavy duty. And on sailing boats, to attach the ropes to the boats, this was a great material to use for heavy duty tasks. So yeah, as I said, we often find them on the ice just relaxing and not really worrying too much about us. There are no natural predators in the area. The polar bear will not attack the walrus. It has happened, but not with any success. The polar bear can't really get through this thick skin, and also they will most likely hurt the bear before the bear gets to do any damage. And some kinds like this on the bottom of the seafloor, so they will dive down for 3-4 minutes at a time, and they can they can actually be down for about 20 minutes. So they can hold their breath for quite some time. But yeah, usually when we find them out at sea, they will go down for 3 to 4 minutes at a time and then come back up to have a breath. And they eat, as I said, mostly clams and mollusks, and in one feeding session they can eat up to about 100 kilos of this food. And you can imagine after 100 kilo meal you have to
They can't
relax
move
for quite a bit. 2 to 3 days usually, to be precise. They have to just lay around and digest and process this heavy duty meal. So the record here is actually 11 days. Scientists have recorded the walrus, just relaxing and turning from time to time, but not doing anything else. Taking it quite easy, you can say, not really bothered by much. Be careful if you see them,
Nearby.
at the beach, shore somewhere, and you shouldn't really approach them. They can, in some instances, attack, and they are surprisingly fast on land. And when they're running on land, it's often called gallumping, so not galloping, but gallumping.
Jumping.
Quite impressive to speeds they can get up to with this, up to 1.5 ton blubber. So, other than that, the walrus are very social animals, and as we saw today, they're often laying around and sharing body contact. Actually, if you have one of, you only have one walrus, all alone in a zoo, they will get very depressed and they miss this body contact. So what actually some zoos do, they hire one person to just be the professional walrus cuddler. Will get close to the walrus, and it actually works. It will keep it happy. This is a picture taken by Iona, sitting downstairs. This is by the first place we saw the walrus today at Hotel Nesa. So this is a location they have been using for many years to relax a bit. So, as we know of, there's one colony over there. We also usually find at least 1 or 2 where we went today, but today there was quite a large group. So they've all gathered out in the sun for us today. Really nice to see. So yeah, I think that's it for the walrus, and
built from the scratch. And Grumant got its golden age actually taken down by the Soviet people. Some of them were even, I think, 2 houses, if I'm not inside. There is that wagon that was transporting not only the coal instruments and the food supply. 50s, 1960s, still nowadays in Barentsberg they're still using the same system. Not a single person uses spade to fill up the cargo ship or something like that. You just press the buttons from the start of your coal extraction and then up to the storage. From the storage there is another conveyor belt just taking and filling up the cargo ship. That is still a unique system, I can tell you. And led the settlement to be closed. First of all, the development of Barentsberg and the Pyramid and coal mine settlements. The logistical system of the Grumman as well was not that good and attractive, and it was quite hard to continue doing this coal mining business over here. Actually, the coal mine they were extracting from this mountain to the right hand side that you can see. And now, if you look at these black patches right now, like this one at our 3 o'clock, if you see this black patch, and look a bit above where the snow is looking like a bit of a star sign or a cross sign, you can find the remainings of the ventilation system. Just look at the picture right now, guys, and you will see what I'm talking about. Yeah, here you go. Just look at this thing. It's just right now facing us in the middle. Still operating. One is in Longyearbyen that could probably be closed next year, but we are finger crossing that it will be prolonged because it has a history of more than 100 years. And we have 125 people that are involved, I think, in the coal mining business altogether, with the chief executives and administrative persons that are just like I don't know, they are living over here for many years, and it's going to be very sad if it's going to be closed, because the Longyearbyen is trying now to focus on the diesel power sufficiency over here, so just to run it. So we'll see what's gonna happen. And of course the mine in Barentsberg that is still working. It was before 3 mines. There was one more, Svea Gruva, that was closed, I think, in 2015, 2016. History that had happened over there. Thank you so much for your attention, guys. The thing that the Soviet people have, they said that no, we don't want to have an airport over here, blah blah blah, and due to a lot of diplomatic meetings and so on, they have decided that the airport will be built, but inside the airport it will be an Aeroflot office, where the KGB agents of course could sit and see whatever was happening. So thanks to this we have the airport that is operating until nowadays, and that's an amazing opportunity. Actually, we have more than 1 million seats over there, but we have a place for 4. To keep in the perfect shape all of those seats from all over the world, from different cultures. It was built in February 2008. Finally, it was opened in February 2008. It was funded by the Norwegian government and as well as by the crop fund of Bill repaired or something like that. But 3 weeks ago, Melinda Gates have signed out from this Svalbard COP, and now it's only built, but it doesn't matter if it's still working. That's amazing. Syria 2 times. Also a nice fun fact, because the guys that are working over there, I think having the most biggest sense of humor. They have stored the seats from United States together with the seats from North Korea. That's the closest diplomacy. So the steam, it's just only steaming. It's not given the black smoke. For example, if some of you will be in Barentsberg and you will see over there the Barentsberg power plant, you will see the
Bıraktı mı Tara?
The way the bullets rip.